All right. So we're going to click on the pencil icon, and I'm just going to make myself a note. I want this to be dynamic. Once a week, put a new picture and or a new announcement or something that screams, this website is not dead. I'm just, yes, maybe. You can put your notes right there. But we're not going to edit it right now. You'll want to go back later. We don't have time for that. So just a little note to yourself. What do you want to put on this homepage? And I would argue you should put a picture of yourself. Yes.
We've been using this for a little while.
Yes.
Right now. And what we don't like about it is that Google doesn't offer as many fonts.
It does not offer as many fonts. That's correct.
So you can't, and besides importing your docs, you can't get more fonts.
Okay, that's true. So her complaint is the number of fonts on a Google site is limited, which I totally will agree with, and I got some quasi workarounds you probably won't like, but the ability to easily insert all the stuff from my Google Drive, functionality over style. And there's a lot of fancy things I can do.
Well, yeah, we see that. We just want we like to make it.
I know. All right. So the other thing is you go to a website that has fancy fonts and you take a screenshot and you stick that in there. Now here's the problem with that. That's it's not readable for a screen reader. So if you have any students who have disabilities, don't forget that any image you stick in there, you need to have alt text that if the image doesn't load or if a kid can't see, that there's some sort of text thing that matches what the picture is so that it's accessible for everybody.
Or if you change it to a PDF, then it actually changes what you look at the document.
Sometimes it depends on how you do it. I just stick with the font. I mean, I am a high school math teacher, so I get that it's important to you and not important to me, and not in a way that's judgmental at all. So and then I know a lot of people, they won't use Google Sites because it's not pretty. The reality is I can edit the HTML and do a lot of really fancy things that I can make this look like not a Google site. My favorite example to show is edtechteam.com. This is actually a Google website, but these edtechteam.com. But do you see how nice this looks? It's a Google site. What do you do? You turned off all the menus. And then I have a blog post on alicekeeler.com. These are buttons that link to the pages, so we created the menus with buttons, with images. So that's actually really easy to do. So, I mean, you can make it look really nice. So you have to invest extra time. So now I have to ask myself, am I in the web design business or am I in the educating kids business? And there's only so many hours in a day, and I got to figure out what's important to me that I really want to spend time on. So I feel you. If you'd like to use WordPress because you can make it look prettier, I've used WordPress and I like it. I make the trade-off because I can insert all these Google Docs. And I go to school about an hour early every day, and I really construct this agenda for what they're going to be doing for that day. But then I save time doing lesson planning at the end of the day. And I'm trying to start class. It's only so fancy I'm going to get. That's where Snagit helps me a lot, is that I can get the screenshots and things in there quickly. If you want to do a different layout, like for the home page, I'll a lot of times choose this 2-column layout right here. Because what you'll notice is that it has, it's side by side, but also has a header and a footer. So I can put like my announcements, the thing that's dynamic in that top header. I can put my picture on one side, and I can put just general class information, contact info, whatever on the other side. So I usually like to do this one. Put header here, announcements. I don't know. My first thing is I give you permission to do it badly. Anytime you use new technology, just like we ask our kids to learn something new, they don't do it right the first time. And you got to kind of learn what works for you. So I'm sharing with you things that work for me, and your workflow or your style might be different. I bet in the next couple of years they get more fonts. But what I've noticed is that the Google Sites team and the Google Docs team, they don't seem to talk to each other. I would really like to be able to drag pictures into a Google site, like I can drag them into a Google Doc. That would be awesome, but no. Okay. You guys ready?